Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, this hair doesn't feel like me anymore? Not in a dramatic way, not in a way that makes you want to chop it all off at midnight, but in that quiet, honest moment where you realize the woman you've become deserves something different, something softer, something wiser, something more alive. The truth is, as we age, our hair changes. It grows finer, it loses some of its natural volume, and sometimes it just doesn't fall the way it used to. But here's the beautiful part. That shift is not a loss. It's an opening, an invitation to redefine what elegance looks like for you now. Because a new haircut? It's not just about your hair. It's about the way your shoulders feel when you walk out of the salon. The way your smile lifts when someone says, "You look radiant." It's about alignment, presence, confidence that doesn't need to prove itself. So today, I want to walk with you through 5 haircuts that women over 50 are absolutely loving right now. Cuts that are fresh, flattering, and quietly powerful. These are not styles chasing youth. They are styles that honor who you are today, with grace and a little playfulness too. Each one is chosen for ease, softness, and that subtle ability to frame your face in a way that feels instantly lighter. And if you're not looking for a big change, stay with me until the end. I'll share a few simple ways to breathe new life into the style you already have, no scissors required. And if one of these styles speaks to your heart, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Maybe it's a look you've tried before, maybe it's something you're just beginning to consider. Your words might be the gentle encouragement another woman needs to try something new too. And if this kind of calm, thoughtful beauty speaks to you, I invite you to join our community here. Subscribe and tap the little bell so you'll never miss another moment of quiet inspiration made just for women like you. Let's begin this hair journey together, with softness, with confidence, and with the quiet joy of becoming even more ourselves. Let's begin with something bold, but in the gentlest way. Number 1. The soft-textured pixie is the haircut that often surprises women the most. Not because it's extreme, but because of how instantly freeing it feels. It's light, it's easy, and yet, somehow, it never feels like you're compromising on femininity. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There's something deeply graceful about a shortcut that still knows how to whisper softness around the face. The layers are gentle. The shape lifts you up, especially at the crown, where many of us start to feel a little flat as we age. And when it's done right, it creates that lovely sense of movement that says effortless rather than styled. And let's talk about gray hair for a moment, or silver, or salt and pepper, which has its own kind of poetry. This cut was made for those shades. It allows the color to shine, almost like the light is catching in the texture. Every flick of silver becomes intentional, radiant. You're not hiding your age, you're making it luminous. If you're someone who has said, "I want something fresh but I don't want to feel too exposed," this might be your moment. The soft textured pixie doesn't box you in, it frees your face, it frames your eyes. And somehow, it makes earrings feel like a statement again. Styling is simple. A touch of lightweight mousse or a soft texturizing spray is all it takes. You don't want stiffness, you want movement, the kind that says you've got places to go, but you're not in a rush. And maybe most importantly, this haircut carries a message, not loud, not showy, but quietly sure of itself. It says, "I know who I am, I have lived, I have learned. And I still have more to discover." Still radiant, still playful, still very much here. Let's move into something timeless, yet quietly contemporary. Number 2. The chin-length modern bob is that rare kind of haircut that works like a little lift for your entire face. Not surgical, not dramatic, but natural, gentle. The way it skims just at or below the jawline draws the eye upward. It frames the face in a way that flatters without announcing itself. If you've ever felt like your hair was starting to fall a bit flat or felt a little shapeless, this cut brings it back to life, especially for those of us with finer strands. It gives structure without needing volume. It gives shape without needing layers piled high. It's the kind of beauty that feels almost architectural, but never severe. And it's versatile. Some days, you might want that smooth, sleek finish that catches the light just so. Other days, maybe a soft bend or wave that adds a hint of movement, like a gentle breeze passing through. It's a canvas, not a cage. You can dress it up or let it relax. There's also a quiet power in how it complements accessories, a delicate drop earring, a graceful neckline. Suddenly, your jewelry feels seen, your collarbone becomes a statement. And people start asking if you've done something different, but they can't quite place it. You just look lighter. Here's a styling secret. When your stylist finishes this cut with a subtle bevel at the ends, it gives a sense of polish that feels expensive, not flashy, just refined. Like the hem of a well-made coat or the drape of silk. And the emotion this cut carries? Effortless elegance, the kind that doesn't chase attention but holds it anyway. It's the haircut that says I have nothing to prove. But I do still enjoy feeling like myself, at my best. So, if you've been looking for a graceful refresh that's both sophisticated and low maintenance, this might be the one that fits you like a soft, tailored glove. Now let's talk about something a bit longer. A shape that moves with you and doesn't feel like it's trying too hard to hold on to anything. The long layered lob is a beautiful option for women who still love a touch of length, but want to let go of the heaviness that sometimes comes with it. It's graceful without being high maintenance, thoughtful without being too precious, and it carries with it a certain softness that flatters almost every face it meets. What makes this cut special is where the layering begins. Around the cheekbones, right where our features ask for just a little lightening. It draws the eyes upward, subtly lifting your expression, giving a feeling of movement and ease without ever needing a blowout or perfect curl. This cut also plays well with a side-swept bang or even a soft curtain fringe, the kind that grazes the brow but doesn't box in your face. It opens you up, adds dimension, and makes the whole look feel quietly fresh. And the styling? You don't need much. Let it air dry and allow your natural wave to show through, or add a light curl here and there with a wand, and suddenly it feels romantic and current at the same time. It's one of those rare cuts that looks just as good on a busy Tuesday as it does for a weekend dinner out. But here's what I love most about it. This cut doesn't pretend to be your 25-year-old self. It doesn't try to erase time. It honors it. It carries a sense of movement and ease that says, I know who I am, and I'm still growing, still evolving, still enjoying the play of softness and strength. This is for the woman who doesn't want to let go of length completely, but wants it to work for her now, not out of nostalgia, but out of alignment with who she's become. Because the truth is, it's not about chasing youth, it's about reimagining it in a way that fits the rhythm of your life today. Now, if you've ever admired that effortless elegance women in Paris seem to embody, the kind that whispers instead of shouts, this next cut may feel like home. The classic French-inspired shortcut is refined, purposeful, and yet never fussy. It features a cropped nape that keeps the neckline clean, soft layers on top to add movement and shape, and a sweeping side fringe that frames the face with grace rather than drama. This is not a haircut that begs for attention. It doesn't need to. It speaks in subtle glances and quiet confidence. It's structured, but not severe, controlled, yet full of personality. You can run your fingers through it and it still holds its elegance. That's the beauty of this shape. For women who want something polished without feeling overly done, this is a breath of fresh air. It suits strong cheekbones and defined jawlines beautifully, but it's also incredibly adaptable. Whether your hair is silver, salt, and pepper, or softly blonde, this cut lets your natural texture shine through in the most flattering way. It's perfect for a woman who values simplicity, but not at the cost of style. It gives you a sense of order and lightness. No daily battle with a blow dryer, no complicated styling tricks. Just a few thoughtful layers, a little movement in the fringe, and suddenly the whole look feels intentional. And then there's the feeling it gives you, the way it holds your head a little higher, the way it carries you into a room. There's something undeniably graceful about it, as if the haircut is gently saying, I know who I am, and I have nothing to prove. This isn't about chasing trends, It's about embodying a kind of timeless beauty that never relies on volume or length to make a statement. It's elegant, it's quiet, and it's deeply self-assured. If you're looking for a cut that feels light but looks composed, simple but never boring, this may just be your next chapter. Let's take a moment to celebrate something that hasn't always been celebrated in beauty spaces: natural texture. If your hair forms soft waves, gentle spirals, or bold, beautiful curls, this cut is not about control, it's about collaboration. Number 5. The natural curl-sculpted shape is designed to honor what your hair naturally wants to do. No fighting, no flattening, just flow. The magic lies in the layering. Thoughtful layers are placed to support the way your curls spring and move, not weigh them down. Too often, one-length cuts drag curls into triangle shapes or create bulk in all the wrong places. This is different. This is freedom with intention. Depending on your preference and your curl pattern, this style can land at the chin for a soft halo, graze the shoulders for a breezy, youthful silhouette, or bloom outward into a rounded, Afro-inspired shape that feels both powerful and joyful. There is no single version, only the one that fits your energy. What matters most is hydration. Mature curls can become drier with age, and when moisture leaves, definition follows. A curl cream, a nourishing gel, even a drop or two of oil applied while the hair is still damp can bring back that bounce and shine. Think of it as giving your curls a gentle drink of water each day. And here's the deeper truth. For many women over 50, especially those who've spent years straightening or softening their texture, this cut is more than a style. It's a quiet rebellion, a return, a moment of saying, I don't need to tame anything anymore. Your curls tell a story of movement, of personality, of confidence that isn't looking for permission. This cut doesn't mute them. It gives them a stage. And when the light catches those spirals just right, and you see yourself in the mirror with softness, volume, and vitality, you realize something simple and profound. You're not trying to look younger. You're just finally letting your beauty move the way it always wanted to. This is not about control. It is about trust. Trusting that the curves and waves and coils you were born with are still very much yours, and still breathtaking. Let's take a breath here together. Because the truth is, haircuts after 50 aren't about starting over, they're about settling in. They're about listening to the quiet shifts in who you are and letting your outer self catch up to that inner knowing. When a haircut aligns with your features, your lifestyle, and your spirit, something remarkable happens. You don't just look refreshed, you feel reconnected. Not because you look like your younger self, but because you look more like you. So I'd love to know, which of these styles caught your attention? Was there one that made you smile, or reminded you of something you used to love? Or maybe you're already wearing one of these looks and feeling the joy of it each day. Leave a comment. Your words might be just the encouragement someone else needs. And if this soft kind of beauty conversation feels like home, I invite you to join our circle here at Golden Elder Days. This is where elegance gets to grow up with us. Where beauty doesn't chase time, it embraces it. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you for being exactly where you are. Your beauty hasn't dimmed. It has simply deepened, softened, and found new ways to shine. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, may your reflection feel like a quiet yes.